What's happening? What's happening? What's happening, y'all? It's me coming back at you again with the live hangout vid. Now, first I got to give a shout out to D Style Boxing. I know D Style, you commented on my last video. You want to do a wrestling live hangout with me. I got no problem with that, man. I would love to, man. We definitely could cover that because I definitely, if you're up for it, definitely can do that. I definitely want to cover that Raw 25th anniversary that went down last Monday, and to be honest with you, I thought that anniversary fell flat. I'm just being honest. I've been a WWE WWF fan for years. It's fell flat. I just think they need to get better writers and they need to book better people. To be honest with you, to make these programs work. But anyways, this is not about the WWE or pro wrestling or whatnot. Just want to just give D Style a shout out. Is working good because I know I had that issue last time that I put up my hangout. EJ, yeah, be patient, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and send the link. Before I do that, let me just go in at this. Boxing fan, no mention of Joshua and Parker. Yeah, let me get to that. First of all, that fight's not booked yet. Oh, you're talking about on Showtime. You know what? That's a good question. I think that Showtime should have the rights to Anthony Joshua. I think he has one more fight left on his contract with them at this point because I think they signed a 3-fight deal back in 2015. Pacom, Barry McClitsko, and Eric Molina. So that actually fulfills that 3-fight deal. So I that it could be that his contract is up or he probably has one more fight with Showtime. I don't know. Perhaps HBO does have the rights to Anthony Joshua now. I don't know. That could be possible, but I'm gonna definitely look further into that. But let me get down to this, man. I'll send you the link, EJ. Just hold on. Let me just get to this. Adonis Stevenson versus Badu Jack. Um, it's confirmed. I'm very happy about it. It's ready to go. I got to give props to both Adonis Stevenson and Badu Jack for getting this confirmed, man. I'm a man of my word. I'm gonna stick. I said what I'm gonna do. If this fight does get confirmed, I'm gonna give Stevenson full credit for getting it done. Absolutely, because if this fight did fall through, even though the rumor was it was gonna fall through yesterday, even though I didn't want to give too much meat into it until I get more information, then Stevenson definitely deserved to be criticized because this is like the fourth fight, marquee fight that he could not get done if it was true. But it didn't turn out to be that way. He got it done. Congratulations to him and Badu Jack. I'm definitely looking forward to that fight. I know some guy on the other side. I know you know who I'm talking about, EJ, saying that this is going to be the fight of the decade. Yeah, he needs to get his head out of Adonis Stevenson's ass for saying some shit like that. But it's still a good fight. Could it be fight of the year? Maybe. It's definitely a good fight on paper, but we'll definitely see this. But we'll definitely see. But the one that really was a wild card to me that I was surprised to hear this got confirmed is Arizona Lara versus Lara-Hurd. I think that fight right there will definitely, to me, would steal the show. Because here's the thing. You have a contrast of two different styles, right? Arizona Lara, we all know his style is very defensive. He's a tactician. He doesn't deliver fireworks because obviously that's not his style because he has that Cuban pedigree. But if you force him to fight, and I think Hurd has the ability to do so, if you force him to fight, Arizona Lara can be a very, very dangerous individual. Very dangerous individual. And Hurd, and I said this once and I said this before, definitely good fighter, but he's very poor at defense, man. And the way he gets hit, he continues to get hit the way he does. I just don't see how long his career can go. I just really think he needs to work on his head movement a bit more. He's got to work on slipping his punches, and he just got to stop standing there and absorbing shots and then dish out more. He's got to stop doing that. You can only go so far with that, in my opinion. I mean, because his pressure style can only last for a certain amount of time. With people with that type of style, there are some exceptions. With that pressure style fighting, their lifespan in boxing doesn't last too long. Rocky Marciano was an excellent example. Um, Ricardo Mayorga was an excellent example. Many others. Fernando Vargas was an excellent example. Fernando Vargas was more of a boxer puncher, but he was he was somewhat more of a pressure style fighter. But it is. Let me see. Yeah, so definitely looking forward to those two fights: Stevenson versus Badu Jack, and Arizlandi Lara versus Lara-Hurd. But if I had to pick a winner, I'll definitely go with probably not definitely, but I would slightly favor Arizlandi Lara to win that fight. But then again, who knows? We have to see uh, down the road, how this fight goes and how their training camps go. If any fighter can stay healthy leading up to the fight, that would be great. Adrien Broner versus Omar Figueroa. I know this fight was talked about for quite some time, the last week or so. So that fight's confirmed. Omar Figueroa, definitely the thing about Omar Figueroa is that he hasn't really been quite as active as he should be. And he did fight Robert Guerrero recently at 100 and at welterweight. Definitely looked kind of a bit out of shape. Obviously, because he blew up close to 200 pounds during the offseason, and he had to really cut some serious weight to make that fight. And I just don't, honestly, I don't know, man. I just don't know if this fight is at 140. I just think he's going to have a hard time making that weight because he said himself in that press conference today, that media day conference when they announced the big lineup on Showtime, which is very good and strategic by Steven Espinoza, by the way. I gotta give my hats off to him. Um, gotta clap for it. But the thing is that Omar Figueroa had even admitted, he said, look, because Charlemagne the God also help promote the lineup as well. They got Charlemagne the God, okay, to help promote this. But hey, not bad though, because Charlemagne can definitely promote. He can definitely talk. All right, he can make things work. He can sell events. But all I gotta say is um, all I gotta say is that Omar Figueroa did say that, you know what, because Charlemagne asked him a question, how do you feel about fighting Adrien Broner? He's like, well, here's the thing, if I can stay healthy, then I'll definitely be the victor here. Something to that effect. That's what he said. So when he said that, that gives me an indication that, you know what, I think he's gonna have a hard time making 140. He's going to have a difficult time making that weight. He's had some weight troubles, especially when he's in and out of the ring. He blows up between weights. He doesn't really have the disciplinary style as a fighter. And it's kind of sad because he's a very young fighter. He's very talented, but it's just like he just has these weight issues. And I think he's going to struggle to make that weight. And the only reason I think he took this fight is because there. And not saying that this is a foregone conclusion for Adrien Broner. I just don't, I think Figueroa is gonna have trouble making that weight, and that would play to Broner's advantage, to be honest with you. So if I had to pick a winner, um, I don't know. I think it's 50-50, to be honest with you. Yeah, a lot of people are gonna laugh at me for saying this because Adrien Broner hasn't really done well against over the last few years. I mean, after the Marcos Maidana setback. But I'm just looking at it from another perspective. I'm looking at this from the outside in, particularly Omar Figueroa with his weight issues. So I might slightly or little may favor Broner to do it. Then again, I probably won't be too surprised if Omar Figueroa wins this fight. Some would expect him to win it. I get that, but my problem is that weight, man, is that he has trouble making weight. So that's just my issue with that. So we'll see. We'll see. But the usual suspects, we all know that Brandon Rios and Danny Garcia has been confirmed. Errol Spence Jr. will be making his mandatory defense against Carlos Ocampo, and Abner Mars and Leo Santa Cruz is also scheduled for their rematch is also scheduled as well. And Keith Thurman is going to be returning as well, and of course Luis Ortiz, Deontay Wilder, and Luis Ortiz is coming up. So definitely a great lineup this year for boxing, man. Real talk, great lineup, man. Hey, shout out to Black Latin Caesar, Kiwi Box, and K Black Boxer. Shout out to you guys, man. And yeah, EJ, I'm gonna send you the link. Hold on, don't be inviting that dude up here, man. I know that's what you're gonna try to do, man. If I see him, I'm gonna kick him off. Really, I don't know. I have to think about that. But anyways, K Black, you asked this question, bro. Stevenson versus Jack fight of the decade. Who the hell said that? You don't want to know, man. You probably know who I'm talking about. You don't want to know. When I say that, that should give you a clue, brother. So, anyways, let me go ahead and send this link over here because I really think these are good fights, man. These are great fights. Oh, by the way, if people are gonna wonder, what about Leedy Alvarez? Well, Lady Alvarez will be fighting on the undercard. I believe he'll be fighting on the undercard of Jack and Stevenson. But here's the thing, though. Here's the wild card here. Well, not the wild card. Here's some things to take into note. Adonis Stevenson versus for May 19th. That's the same day fight in Brooklyn against whoever it is. More likely is Jesse Vargas for his unified titles. Okay. Stevenson-Jack is supposed to take place in Quebec, but they don't have a venue yet. That's kind of odd. They don't have a venue yet. I mean, it's not quite. Usually fights do get confirmed before the venue. At the same time, they have like 4 weeks. 3 BC announced they were sanctioned to the fight. It is partially confirmed. Okay, it's great. It's confirmed, but we don't have a venue yet. So that's though. But anyways, I'm not going to be pessimistic about a lockdown the venue. They do have the date. They just got to find a venue in Quebec. But I kind of find it, it's on the same day as Keith Thurman versus more likely Jesse Vargas. That's quite suspect. Same thing with Erislandy Lara versus Lara-Hurd. So they don't have a venue locked down yet, but they have a date, which is April 7th. What else we have here? Maris and Santa Cruz will definitely take place here in Los Angeles and LA, where I live. So I'll definitely be probably heading out to that fight if they can lock down the venue. We're making his title defense against Carlos Ocampo in Dallas, but they got to find a venue for that fight. Definitely good for Spence to make a hometown defense in his backyard. So that'd be great. Legendary Boxer, what's going on, man? PBC pisses on HBO and ESPN and Golden Girls great. Hey, you know what? All I gotta say is it's a good competitive field right now. PBC is putting on some good cards this year. You got some somewhat decent cards and Top Rank. Well, Top Rank sometimes lag cards. I mean, they've had some pretty good cards last year. I will give them credit for that. But this year, I don't know what's going on with them. They're gonna be more active with their cards if they're going to compete with HBO and, of course, PBC, obviously. I think right now PBC definitely got the edge at this point with all these this blockbuster lineup this year. I really think they got the edge now. They came out his card on track to do that from a trajectory standpoint. And let's not forget to maybe has put some exclude Eddie Hearn and okay, they put cards. And Joshua versus Parker, another damn good fight. Derek Williams, what's going on, man? He said the hell with Donna's chicken sit. Oh, I'm cutting in and out. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Yo, what's up, D-Style? How Kiwi? Let me ask him right now. How do I sound now? Let me adjust my volume so that way that probably would help. Let me adjust that. That probably would help. All right, that should do it. So I adjusted my volume there. Okay, good. What up, D-Style? Yeah, I got your comment, man. We'll definitely have to do a wrestling video. But anyways, let me go ahead and send this link over to what you call it. All right, because I know they wanted to get in on this, so I can spare some time. Let's do it. Let's see. Now I ain't doing over there. That dude, I'm kicking his ass. Yep, you ain't getting in. Nope, no. All right, fuck it. Let me just do it here. Jump in. Let's see. Jump in. Get up Charlie in here too. Jump in, Charlie. So yeah. All right, D-Style. We'll definitely do that video tonight, bro. I'll definitely hit you up on that one. So yeah, man. So let's wait for the gang to get in here to get their thoughts on this. Dwayne Jones, what's going on, man? Yeah, definitely a good crew, man. Definitely got some good people in tonight, man. So let me break this down. Like I said, I broke these fights down. Of course, Danny Garcia versus Brandon Rios. I mean, there's nothing much to predict on that one, to be honest with you. I mean, Danny Garcia definitely is going to win that fight. But what strikes me about that is that fight is a title eliminator for the WBC. That right there is what shocks the hell out of me. So whoever wins that fight, and it's more likely is Danny Garcia, he becomes the additional Keith Thurman's title. So that right there is very shocking to me. Hey man, K Black, thanks for the support, man. I really appreciate you, man. I really appreciate the continued support. Hey, if you guys don't know who K Black Boxing is, man, you guys see him in the chat. Do me a favor, go subscribe to that brother's channel, man. He has some good content. He has some good insight on the sport. So please go subscribe to his channel, man. I really appreciate you guys can do that. Yeah, Kiwi agrees with me. Yeah, Garcia within 4. Yeah, definitely, man. I think Garcia is going to win that fight. But here's one thing I wanted to talk about. I mentioned Anthony Joshua, Joseph Parker. I did get to talk about the fact that I forgot to talk about this yesterday. Is that the fight's already sold over close to 80,000 tickets in 5 days. 80,000 tickets has already been sold at the Principality Arena. Stadium. I'm sorry, stadium. Let me just say that stadium fight, not an arena fight. So that's remarkable. That just goes to show that AJ's marketability and his draw power over there in the UK, over that region. So uh, definitely my hats off to AJ, but Joseph Parker too, because he kind of helps contribute to that as well. Because I believe there's enough Kiwis that have purchased their tickets too, and they've all booked their hotels and their stay over there at on that region on that side of the world. So. Black Latin Caesar says that Rios couldn't even dodge a punch to save his life. I say Garcia stops him inside 10 rounds. Yeah, I agree. And no disrespect to Baron Rios, but he's one of those guys too. And I mentioned one of those guys who's a come forward pressure style fighter who has some disregard for defense. Those type of fighters' lifespans don't last for a short period. They only last for a short period of time. And Brand Rios has taken so much punishment in his career, so much punishment. So it's I just think obviously he's a shot fighter. He's a shot fighter at this point. But if he somehow miraculously beats Danny Garcia, I will be shocked if he beats him. I mean, at this point, this is an easy fight for Garcia. Obviously, this is more of a tune-up fight. It's a tune-up fight for him. So if he does, more likely when he does win and beats Rios and stops him, that's what I predict as well. He would be back in the title mix for the WBC title against Keith Thurman. So, yeah. So Kiwi says, yeah, man, ain't many saying that one of those two see these days. Only second ever unification between 200 heavyweights. Yeah, I mean, definitely looking forward to it, man. A lot of people are counting Joseph out too, man. A lot of people are counting him out, and I just think that people are underestimating him. Yes, he didn't look good in his last couple of fights. I get that. But at the same time, you got to understand when you step up in your level of competition, things are going to get tough. I mean, look at Anthony Joshua. He's stopping his opponents. That's great. But ever since he stepped up his level of competition, fights have gotten tough for him. It's gotten a lot tougher. Aside from the Carlos Takam fight, he didn't really have too much trouble with Takam, other than the fact he couldn't knock him out inside knock him out the way he wanted to. So, but things gonna get tough, man. When you step up the level of competition. I mean, like I said, if Joseph Parker somehow beats Anthony Joshua, don't be too surprised. Don't be. Just listen to me. Just hear me when I say that. I'm not picking him to win the fight. No. What I'm saying is, don't be too surprised if he somehow.
Yeah, on that fence thing, again.
Yeah,
you on that pinewood. Again. You on that. This is that and the man. When Rigo fought Lomo, don't be surprised now. If I think Lomo win, but don't be surprised if Rigo see you Dan just playing this safe. Playing this safe. We got you, Dan. We got you. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just being rational. That's what it is. It ain't what
you out here don't want to get the egg on the face. When your boy is going down, the man. That's what it is, man. It is. That means
I'm telling you, EJ, you being too hard on Joseph. I'm telling you that right now. If you go count him out like this,
Parker might have built up a good performance, but the brother man is gonna get punched up. The brother man gonna get punched up, man. Hey, yeah, we was just on low places thing, so he over there explaining himself about PP and you. You know what I'm saying? I told him, man, it was some big shit. We over there saying, why are you over there fucking with PP? And then you saying Dan the man birthed the dude over there. And he tried to say, man, Dan the man and 60 and the LDB birthed him. I said, listen, bro, you over there behaving yourself.
Wait. He said 68 birthed him?
60, no, you know, 78.
Oh, the other guy.
And the LDBC, he said they birthed him. And I said, listen, bro, you're on some hypocrite, because when he go over there, he'll slip back his hair, get a new haircut and shit, and he be talking proper. When you over here with the brother man, you out here, oh no, what's up with that? So, you know, he was, man, Dan the man did birth him. I said, listen, first off, he came over, his name was Precise Puncher. And Dan the man wasn't nothing around that, right? And if he came back, he's trying to that ain't got nothing to do with birthing him. So then we was getting into it. Yeah. Because one of the guys in the podcast was there, BDA Boxing.
Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah, you talked to
Canada. Yeah, he was on the team. Yeah, he's from Canada, right? We in 68. Me and 68, we gave him that work, bro. We gave him that work. He came over here and I was explaining. I said to him, explain yourself. Go, first of all, low place. And 68, where you from? You know 68, where you from? So it was some shit, bro. It was some shit popping up. Low place wasn't getting away with that shit. I told him explain the cuss, bro. Explain the cuss. And then he was over here to there. Listen, the shit was funny as hell. It was good. It was good. His bony ass is gonna be coming over in a minute, so we gonna see. Let me.
Oh man, you gonna let me deal with this shit? All right, Lara. I'll tell you what. Man, come on, EJ. You gonna put me on the spot for this, man? I really don't want to deal with this dude right now. I know you doing that.
Hey, bring Matt. That's my boy, man. He was not. Listen, hey, Dan. It's funny as hell. I'm not gonna lie. Pure comedy gold. I'm not gonna lie. That's comedy.
What he wants? A medal? Say, hey, Stevenson-Jack got made. Congratulations. I never said.
Well, that's
fine.
Come on,
that's fine. That's
cool. On YouTube, Lower and Hardy, whatever you want to call it, the Three Stooges. That's you and Low Place. Your shit is good. Bring his ass over. The world's waiting to see Dan the man and Low Place. What's up, Hakeem?
Hakeem, what's happening, dog?
Dan, what's going on?
What's good? We're talking that boxing. 1 minute.
Yeah. All right. None of that low calorie food crap.
Nah. Well, EJ just got off. He got bounced off. I think he's coming right back in. Yo, Hakeem, man, you kind of
Brussels sprouts.
Nah, man, we ain't doing none of that. Don't eat it. Hey, what's going on, Chris?
Chilling.
So I'm sure you got
bikinis and shit.
That's cool. Yeah, but let me
doing it though.
Yeah, I hear you. But yeah, let me ask y'all some questions. I'm sure you guys heard about the Showtime lineup that got announced today. I'm gonna go down the list real quick. I'm gonna get your thoughts. Adonis Stevenson versus Badou Jack. That fight's confirmed. However, they got the date, but they don't have a venue yet. So it's like almost 100% confirmed. So let's just say it is confirmed right now. Another thing is, how do you guys see it? How do you guys see that fight played out? Who do you think is gonna win it? I'm gonna start with you, Chris.
Please knock Adonis Stevenson out, Badou Jack. Please, for the gods of boxing, give this dude a power to knock this dude out, because I'm sick and tired of this shit. I think both of them kind of been inactive though, but we'll see what happens. But Badou Jack better not get caught with one of them punches, because Adonis Stevens got the equalizer.
That left hand, that straight left hand, man. Yeah, he got to stay away from that. So the best way to do that, he's got to move to his left and smother his punches, so that way.
But then Adonis Stevens got that long ass reach too. That's gonna be crazy.
Well, see, yeah, that's what I'm saying. What Jack's gonna have to do, he's gonna have to smother him from the inside and don't give him no punching room. Now, to be fair though, Adonis Stevenson can punch in the inside too. He can.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's gonna be a hard fight for Badou Jack. That's why.
It's gonna be a tough fight. So, if I were to favor somebody to win it though, if you ask me though, I might I don't know, man. I'm gonna be real. I like Badu Jack, but I might have to favor Stevenson to win it slightly because he has those tools, and he's building. He's got the reach.
I know. Dennis Stevenson got though can win it, but I just hope. I'm picking him to win, but I hope Badu Jack knock him out though.
I see what you're saying. but yeah, that I mean that's definitely a good fight. But the thing is, the only thing left for the promoters and the management team to do now is get the venue locked down. So that should be announced in a couple of days. But EJ, are you there, man?
Your Lopez got answer for that though. Lopez said whoever wins, he gonna jump on board with the next dude and start hyping up the next dude. So
I ain't gonna make this whole hangout about that fight, man, because we're gonna be going all night about it. We're gonna be arguing. He's gonna keep bringing up.
When the fight, I thought. Look, no, I'm talking about the fight, dog. Yeah, the fight's a good fight. The fight's a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm gonna go with my man Adonis Stevenson. I think Adonis Stevenson will cement himself as a Hall of Famer when it's all said and done. I think he will go down as one of the greatest light heavyweights of all times. And
I ain't playing. Hear what I'm saying?
I ain't playing. Hear what I'm saying? I ain't playing 50 Cent of all time. And I'm telling you, right? So we gonna find out, but if the brother man could give him that work. So we gonna good. It be good.
I got Badu Jack, man. I got Badu Jack. I just think Badu Jack has faced a higher level competition, especially of more recently. You know, I mean, it's okay to go ahead and beat up tomato cans, or tomato cans that got maybe some of a label, a name brand tomato can. But it's still tomato cans, so I think Badu Jack.
Well, according to T, it's not tomato cans. It's the best in the division.
Hey yo, remember the Chris Rock joke? The big ass beans, big ass tomato cans. I mean,
y'all. No, man, you know what?
My thing is that Badu Jack has just a better inside fight game to me than Adonis Stevenson does. Obviously, Adonis Stevenson has a lot of the benefits, being that he's got the longer reach, he's good at fighting on the outside.
Yeah.
But I think Badu Jack can overcome that. I think Badu Jack because of who Badu Jack has fought, I think he is more prepared than Adonis Stevenson is for him, right? Badu Jack fought DeGale, right? And then he also fought old boy from the current division he's in. What the fuck is his name? Wasn't Clever. What the hell? Who did he fight? The white boy.
Nathan
Cleverly.
So was Cleverly. Okay. He fought Cleverly. So, I mean, I just feel like he's had the right type of fighters in comparison to Stevenson, who's just fighting people, that are nobodies.
Right. Okay.
Families. There's somebody to their families, and if you know what I mean, there's somebody to their family.
Right. All right. It's three of us believe Stevenson's gonna win it, and you believe Badu Jack's gonna win it. I see Boston Beats and Rhymes is here. What's going on, Beats? Your Beats, you there?
Yeah, what's up, man?
What's happening?
Yeah, what's up?
No, not much, big dog. Not much, man. Yeah. So I'm sure you heard about the Showtime card that got announced today. You see it on my title. Badu Jack versus Donna Stevenson is pretty much confirmed. And the wild card, Lara versus Lara-Hurd has been confirmed as well. That's going to be a unified championship fight. Broner versus Figueroa. I'm going to go down the list. I'm going to ask your input on it. But I'm going to start with Stevenson and Jack. So what do you think about that one, and how do you think that fight's going to play out, man?
Yeah, man, it's a good fight, man. It's a good fight. It's either two ways in it, like Stevenson's power, or maybe Jack's in the ascendancy, and he's just in the right place at the right time. Looks like he's an improving fighter. I'm not going to pick that one yet. I'm going to diagnose it a little more, but it's a great fight.
Okay, all right, fair enough. What do you think about Lara versus Lara-Hurd? Who you got on that one?
I know more diagnosing than actually picking them just on the spot. Like this one is a good one. This one is a good one because Lara needs hungry opponents. If you put Lara in there with guys who are basically not very thirsty, it doesn't help his marketability at all.
Right. All right.
So this is a very good fight for Lara. Very good fight. And
right.
Hurd's last few opponents could have closed the fight out. Lara is a pro at closing them out and shutting them out. It's really good. How much more ambition does Lara have? You know,
right?
Is he, like Hurd, he's got some of that throwback with that strong finish. You know what I mean? That strong. He's got some of that throwback pacing of his fights. I like that one too. I like that one a lot too. I like that. Some good fights.
Yes, definitely. So, who do you think is going to win that fight? So you're leaning towards Lara from the.
I'm picking. Just chopping them up.
All right, I hear you, but I do agree with you on one sense though, because I said this on the top of the broadcast. I did say that Arizona Lara, it has to be a certain opponent to make him work. What I mean by that is that you got to force him to fight, because once you force him to fight, he could be a very dangerous fighter. Because we've seen it, seen a situation when he was forced to fight against what's his name, Alfredo Gunlu, and in some parts, sometimes against Ishe Smith. So. Basically you got to push him to the limit to make him to get the excitement out of him. You know what I mean? So if go ahead.
The closest I'll get to a pick is Hurd is going to struggle to outpoint him. So he's going to have to really push it. He'll struggle to outpoint Lara. That's what I mean. What was the other one? Broner versus Figueroa?
Yeah, that one. Then I'm gonna go down the list with everybody else. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. What's Figueroa's last few results, actually? Yeah, I know he beat Guerrero.
He
knocked out Guerrero.
Yeah, he knocked out Guerrero, but before that, he was on a bit of a long layoff. So that's the one thing I worry about Omar. Yeah, he did. He was on a 2 year. Yeah, bro did that too. But he was on a 2 year. Yeah, but he was on a 2 year layoff before the Guerrero fight, and Omar Figueroa had admitted at that press conference today that, hey, look, if I can stay healthy, I definitely will win this fight. So my concern is that he's going to have trouble making 140, to be honest with you. And the only reason why I think he took this fight against Broner because he knows this is a payday.
He's never actually lost a fight, has he? He's still unbeaten, actually.
He's still unbeaten. Yeah, he's still unbeaten.
But yeah. It doesn't tell the full story. He looks shocked. And he's very inactive, that's what I'm seeing here.
Right.
He'll beat Broner. Like at this, I'm not gonna pick Broner. I'd rather Broner upset the odds and prove me wrong, but I just don't want to pick.
I hear you. Well, I think I might favor Broner to win this fight. To be honest with you, because like I said, the thing is, I'm just hear me out, y'all. Hear me out. I'm gonna go down the list with y'all. I think that you just pointed out perfectly is that Figueroa's activity has been an issue. The fact that he blows up in between fights and he struggled to make weight in his last few fights. So this is what concerns me, in that he's going to kill himself to make 140, and the fact that this may play to Broner's advantage. So that's where I.
This is a serious fight. Although, damn, he has been up a bit high in the last few years. Here's the thing, though. He knows. Can Broner make 150 and not be covered by the weight? He knows if you're gonna fight Broner, it's not necessarily gonna get you to win, but even Emmanuel Taylor gave Broner problems with volume. You know, that's where AB's at now.
Yeah.
You see when I heard him talking about, I said, just hasn't learned, has he? Just hasn't learned. He's still focused on Floyd. I've got a figure. That's the only one I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick Figueroa. I'll pick Figueroa.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Hey, Chris, who do you think will win between Broner and Figueroa?
Man, that dude is I know you said he had trouble to make weight, damn, but in every fight he's winning. Figueroa is winning. I used to hate Figueroa, but EJ, because that's EJ boy. That's EJ boy. EJ used to argue about Figueroa, but the dude throws a lot of punches. He's always come to fight, and he don't take no. He's throwing punches every round. He's aggressive as hell. I don't see Broner beating the guy, and you got to remember. Broner struggled to make weight in that Mikey Garcia fight.
Well, let's be fair though. The reason why Figueroa has been able to get away with such situations in those last two victories is because he's fought Tony DeMarco. We all know was very shot. And he also fought Robert Guerrero, who's very, very shot. So those are very shot fighters right there. Now, let's be fair to Adrien Broner. Yes, he has fights, but he's nowhere near in the state as those two guys were when they fought Omar Figueroa. Let's be real. Omar Figueroa is probably dealing with the guy who may still have something left compared to those guys. You see what I'm saying? So
I agree with you, but Broner, yeah, he may be fighting people that Broner is not an elite guy. I ain't never seen Broner as an elite guy, so I think they in the same category, really.
Oh, so you say Broner's overrated, huh?
Yeah, Broner, I said that from day one. Beats will tell you that. I ain't never rated Broner. When people were trying to say he fight like Floyd, I was like, what the fuck are they looking at?
Yeah, I know. I was kind of flabbergasted.
Yeah, because he don't even move his. He can't even move his feet.
Yeah, I know he don't. He's always been flat-footed, so he's never fought on his toes.
He ain't gonna be. He gonna have to move against Figueroa. He's gonna get hurt.
Oh yeah, I mean
the fight is at 140 because I thought he fought Guerrero at 147.
Yeah, he did. He fought Guerrero at 147, and then
it's gonna end up being a catch weight because both of them ain't gonna make weight. Watch.
Well, we'll see about that one, man. But I didn't get to ask you real quickly. Then I'll get to Hakeem. Then EJ. I want to ask you about Lara-Hurd versus Lara. What do you think about that fight?
I think Lara will outpoint Lara-Hurd. I think Lara ain't gonna get into a firefight like Austin Trout did. I think Lara's gonna go from the outside and box and make it a boring fight, but win.
Well, that's if Lara gets his way. And like Beat said, and I said this earlier too, is that if you allow him to do that, that's what's going to happen. You're going to get a dull fight.
But if he forces Lara into a firefight, I think his face going to get cut up.
I know. I agree. That's why people don't. That's a good point. So this is why most opponents don't like to commit against Lara because they see how dangerous he is when you force him to fight. He's an extremely dangerous guy. So that's why opponents like for example, I know this guy was a lesser opponent, but what's the guy's name? The last guy he fought, Takashi, whatever his name is. He was afraid to commit against. He was afraid to commit against Lara. He was afraid. He was afraid to commit against him. So that's why, in situations like that, I think Lara-Hurd's not going to be afraid. He's going to force a fight out of the guy. I really believe it. So
I think he's going to get beat up too. I think he'll come forward. I think Austin Trout was tagging him too. You saw his face when against the Trout fight.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
I think Lara's better than Trout.
Yeah, Lara. Lara put some work on Trout, boy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did.
Lara in that beginning of the fight, Trout was whooping Hurd's ass. His face was bleeding there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And the thing about Hurd, and I mentioned this too, is that his style, man, he's got that come forward pressure style, which is okay. Styles make
last long.
I agree. He's not gonna last long because he's been getting hit a lot in his last few fights. Harrison,
too early on too. Dan, it's too early in his career to be getting hit like that.
I know, man. It's just that it worries me because this is like a Rocky Marciano type of fighter, man. You're taking too much damage. I know the whole strategy is you could take what you can and then give back more. I understand that terminology, but sometimes you gotta look after your health, man. And I'm kind of worried about Lara-Hurd because now he's stepping up in competition against guys who could hit probably just much harder than Austin Trout. And Lara hits harder than Trout. He hits harder. Yeah. So that's one thing that's going to be worrying right to me, man. But let me go to Akeem.
Lara don't hit harder than Tony Harrison.
What? What are you talking about? How do you know that?
Where you going to? Is that a true account you got there? Why you put your normal account here? You out here. Put your normal self up in here. Yeah, let me go to who you was, man.
Let me go to Hakeem real quick.
He hit you, Lara, but he doesn't throw as much as Trout, though, does he?
Well, Harris Lara is the greatest fighter of the last 35 years. Harris Lara gonna put the brakes on that motherfucker, man.
I forgot that's his boy. I forgot that's his boy. That's his boy.
I can't fucking lose. I can't give a wrong prediction with this motherfucker. I should start betting money. I start betting all my college debt so I can pay it off the next day. All right.
Well, you saw Sonny
Lara.
Sonny
Lara is he gonna. You know what? I want Lara to lose. Actually, if you guys want to know my honest to God truth, Here's why. Because Lara has, for some reason, forgotten something called father time, and a lot of his traits depend on father time. He ain't gonna lose to Lara-Hurd. No, he ain't gonna lose to Lara-Hurd. He ain't gonna lose to him. He's either, if Lara-Hurd tries to obviously keep him a 4 like Angulo, even though Angulo was like 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Lara, I don't know if Lara's power is still the same back then. Lara had way more power back then.
Right.
But he's the only guy who ever committed, so maybe he still has. Who knows? No one commits. Even if Hurd commits, he could possibly get knocked out badly, or he busts your face open.
Lara doesn't stop Hurd. Not early. Anyway.
So what?
Lara doesn't stop Hurd early. You have
Well,
to put his punches for the whole night.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to knock him out, but he's going to have to afflict enough damage on him to where the referee said, you know what, no more. You can't take any more damage. So you're going to have to really damage Lara-Hurd to really, try to beat him to submission to some nature. I mean, that's the only way I can see Arizona Lara win this fight, in a concussive way. So, yeah, man, hey, Hakeem, that's what you believe. That's what you believe, man. But what about Broner and Figueroa?
No, I was joking. I'm just hoping he knocks somebody out.
Right.
Fucking hoping he knocks somebody out.
All right, well, let me ask you this.
Because he needs it when he needs it.
All right, okay.
Man,
well, let me ask you this.
Blocked,
what about
man? Somebody a sucker, bro. Somebody got me blocked. Who got me blocked,
ain't me.
Man?
It ain't me, bro. I never blocked you.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know I couldn't get in on my real account. I tried to get in on the real. I got a business email. Try to get in on my real email.
Man.
Hey, so whoever blocked him, unblock him. You know what I'm saying? I know you ain't blocking. Someone knows who blocked him. I'm just saying, like whoever blocked him, unblock him.
I didn't block him.
I unblocked him. I unblocked him a long time ago.
Okay, started all week shit.
I unblocked him like 3 weeks ago.
Hey, you ain't gonna come in here with that shit, man. We're gonna keep it boxing, okay?
Yeah, especially when you're in another state.
I'm just saying the police started all that weak shit. All the skinny hoes getting loose with it.
Hey, all right, whatever, homie.
All right, whatever you say. Yo, so that was a good song, though. That was a good song, though. That was a good song. But what's name?
Hey, you ain't even asked me yet. Go ahead, Hakeem. Go ahead, Hakeem.
I'm gonna ask you. Go ahead, Hakeem. I'm gonna get to you, EJ. I'm gonna go to Hakeem, then you next. Go ahead, Hakeem. What about Broner and Figueroa?
I just want to ask everyone a question. What is Broner fighting for? Like, I just really want to know, as a boxer, what? No, I'm being serious. Like, it can't be for glory, right? It can't be for glory. That's gone. He passed it up. Porter put in that shit completely. So what's he fighting for? Is it money? Because if all it is money, which is okay, which is fine, right? That's why boxers fight. They're prize fighters.
Right.
But even then, I think he fights more for the acknowledgement of who he is, even more than the money itself. And I can't see myself in any situation picking Broner against a fight against anybody, because I just don't believe in him as an individual.
You fight to pay child support.
Shit, man, he can work at Walmart for that shit. Well, actually, I don't know. He had a lot of money before. Maybe he can't do that.
Yeah, probably. I mean, he got like 8 different kids, so he probably does need that money for child support.
Hey, yo, Adrien Pearson got a lot of kids too, so he can have 100 kids. But either way, either way,
he fight because we still talk about him, and he can steal your money. You heard what he said. I can lose, and you'll beg for my autograph again. That's why he fight.
All right, I hear you. All right, but let me ask EJ, real quickly, man. What do you think about Stevenson versus Jack? I gotta ask you about that.
About time, man. About time. What Steve? Hold on, Steve. Stevenson.
How you see that go?
You asked me about that already.
Don't be instigating. Don't be instigating. I'm asking
you asked me about that already. Now you asked me about that already. You asked me about that already. No, you did. Check the record. I'm waiting for the Lara shit. I'm waiting for the Lara shit, and I'm waiting for
the. I'll get to that one.
And
I'll get to that one.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll get to that one right now. Lara versus Hurd. How do you see that one?
Yeah, I like that fight, man. I can't stand Lara, bro. He the most boring mother. I swear I'm boring, but I got him winning this fight here. I like Hurd. Hurd is my dude. He comes forward. You're somebody to mute, man. Yeah, I like him. Who that? It's Hakeem, innit? Yeah, you go. Okay. Yeah, okay. I like him. Yeah. I like him. He comes forward. He's excited. He's got great body punching, but at this point, Lara, the way Lara moves and the way Lara can keep you on the back foot and keep boxing you, I fear that Hurd's gonna get outpointed. But I love the fight. I'm happy that fight's happening. I'm not really a big fan of Lara, but I think Hurd will make Lara look good because it's the bull and the matador type of thing. You know what I'm saying? He keep pressuring. Lara's on the move. Can Hurd get to him before 12th round? Can Lara keep up boxing? It's really good stylistically, almost like Chavez and what's his name again? Martinez type of fighter. That fight kind of thing. That's the way I see it. So whoever can implement them styles, a very good fight for the trade for boxing. Will it generate that much money? I doubt it. But for me, I like the fight. He's very interesting because if Hurd can do it, he can be like that number one at 154 that you need. I mean, I know the Charlos are there, but if he can do it, I'll be happy, man. I'll be more than happy. And then what's the other one? The other one was
Broner and Figueroa.
Oh yeah, I love that fight, man. Love that fight. That fight should happen years ago at lightweight when Figueroa was there but Broner moved up already. Man, I love that fight. Seriously, I think that fight is great. So what's it happening at 147?
140.
140. Broner in that weight issue struggling. Maybe he feels better, but Broner should win this fight. I mean, if this fight was like 3 years ago, you just laugh and think Broner's gonna beat him. But because of Broner's lapse or what happened with Mikey, you think, oh, Broner's got left, but Broner can still punch, man. And Figueroa will be in the pocket. So I'm going with Broner. I like Figueroa is my boy. But bro, in this one, look, if Broner loses this fight, because Mikey can move, right? Quick, land his punches out. Broner can't set his feet to land, man. And Broner should be able to do it, but Broner needs to go back. All works for him. Because he hates Mayweather or dislikes Mayweather so bad. It's a fact that his boxing that he said, I ain't going to use no Philly shell because it's rated. Man, you idiot. That's what got you over, bro. That's what got you about billions. That's what got you the can, man, bro. So you need to go back to basics, put that Philly shell back on, and go ahead and give that work, man. So Broner fighting like a two-handed punch and just forgot how to fight or something. So he needs to go back to that. But even if he comes with his two-handed style, I still got Broner. Broner hits too hard. Figueroa is a good fighter, good work rate. But at this point, nah, bro. Broner should be able to. If Broner loses to Figueroa, I swear down, bro. I don't know boxing, bro. Like it just can't happen. Like Figueroa is good, but it's a good fight. But it depends how much Broner's left. But Broner still can punch. So I'm going with Broner. Maybe not his defense. Figueroa can land some shots, but Broner should be able to punch him up, man. Easy work for Broner. So that's what I wouldn't say
it's easy work.
I would say easy. I'm going easy. Yeah, easy.
All right, I'm holding you to that. I'm holding you to that.
You listen. Get your backside off the fence, bro. You on that pine all the time. Get out of here, man. Dan, man. Dan the Woods. I'm gonna call you Dan the Woods. Dan the Wood, man.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I ain't gonna take that chance of saying easy work against a guy like Figueroa. Nah, I wouldn't say that. Who's undefeated? Yeah, he's been on. Has some activity issues, but he's still a dangerous fighter. So I wouldn't say he's easy work. All right. Now, all right, Lo. I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna be fair here. I'm gonna go down the line here. I'm gonna bring this up because I know you want to talk about this. Stevenson versus Jack. How do you see that fight playing out?
I honestly don't care how it play out. I'm glad they made the fight. It's fight of the decade.
Okay.
That's my boy.
No.
No. He caught that flick. He caught that no more. It's the flu, man. It's gotta be flu.
Yes, the flu. All right, look, man. Let's be honest. I mean, I know these are your favorite fighters, but who do you see winning?
I don't have favorite fighters. I have fighters I respect. And
man, that's your favorite fight. No, those your favorite fighters, man. Come on, who do you see winning? Who do you see win that fight?
That's the lie you want to tell. If that's the lie you want to tell yourself, all I got to say is two of my most respected fighters. If favorite to me means respected, you be right. Yeah, I respect them more than I respect.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, you're two respected fighters. Okay.
Fight of the decade. It's better than any fight they've made this decade, in my opinion. Rigondeaux Donaire is up there with it. Other than that, it's fight of the decade, as far as I'm concerned.
Wait a minute. So wait, fight of the decade? Are you serious?
Fight of the decade. I'm 100% serious. You're not gonna if you quit robbing the sport of accolades and you quit supporting that. You got two lineal champions in the ring together. One unified the division. And I'm just that's it. That's what you do. And they didn't have to jump through hurdles to make it. It took them 6 months to make it. Well, not even 6 months.
Wait, how's that? Well, let me ask you this. How is that fight better than Israel Vasquez versus Rafael Marquez?
It just is to me. I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't watch the lower weight like that. So that's what I said earlier. If you can bring one from there, it's good for you. But I don't watch. To me personally, I don't watch that. Don't care.
Well, Vasquez and Marquez had one of the best fights in the decade. They had a trilogy. Vasquez. Yeah, they was underrated.
If your rival.
Oh, sorry, go ahead,
what's the use being lineal champion and your rival had 3 belts? What's the point?
Look. All I can say is your rival had a chance to fight you, and he'd rather hold 3 belts that could be held by anybody. You could take those 3 belts from a person ranked 30th in the division, and that means nothing. You fight the guy.
You answer the question though. Come on, answer.
I am answering the question. You don't have to tell me the answer when I'm answering it. The answer is this: Sergey Kovalev took that belt from a guy who lost to the lineal champion and did not longer want to be the lineal champion. Ain't my fault. All I can do is tell guys go fight for number 1, and I think that drives competition way more than Mikey Garcia going to fight Sergey Lipinets, who has one of these belts, but he means nothing in the division. It's just the facts, man. Too many, really? In my opinion. And you know, you can rob Badou Jack of his accolades all you want. If they rob him versus Stevenson, I'm gonna tell the world they robbed him again. It is the fight of the decade. Floyd Pacquiao can't do it. Huh?
Super middle, is it?
Super middle.
All right.
And that's me giving him his credit for what I think he's due. That's just my opinion. I don't see. Yeah, but he's going. That's fine. That's the progress in boxing. But he hasn't been beat, and he's still.
Hey, what year did Bernard Hopkins fight Roy Jones?
That can't be considered. That them guys was way past prime. They're nowhere near that. Nah.
No, the original fight.
Is it 93? What year was that?
Okay, yeah, it was a while ago. I was thinking about a decade ago, but I figured a decade is pretty recent still, so that's too far. You're right.
Decade is 2010. 2010 to 2020.
Exactly. Well, let me ask you this: you're saying nobody wants to pursue lineal. I mean, why didn't Stevenson give Arthur Beterbiev a shot?
I can't speak for Arthur Beterbiev. I can only
why not?
Look, because I didn't hear him asking for. I don't see him even trying to stay with the promoter that can get him to fight. I don't trust people who send promoters to court.
Well, maybe because the promoter promised him that fight, he didn't get it, and that's why he wants to leave.
No, he says the promoter promised him money that he didn't pay him. Those are his quotes. But at the end of the day, okay. Well, look, all I saw was a certain amount of money that they promised they pay him. They didn't. Look, all I can tell you is this: Badou Jack, proven fighter. Fighting for lineage, no excuses.
It could be fight of the decade. It could be a fight. It could be a candidate for fight of the decade. It could be. No, because you know the thing is, yeah.
In Canada. No.
Listen.
Tell me the fight is better.
No. Listen. If it ain't happening,
if anybody wants to school me on the fight that's better,
listen.
I'm here. I'm here.
I'll say no. Israel.
I'm saying just the fight. I'm saying just the fight Israel for being made, not just the performances. We're talking about the performances.
No, I'm not comparing it, man. I'm just trying. No. What I'm saying, you can't compare. The decades are gone. What I'm trying to say to you, the fight hasn't happened yet. I'm not going to compare it to the fights in the day. I'm just saying that's the possibility it could be. But what I'm saying is that's Lopez's prediction, and that's his opinion, and you don't need to be critiqued. Don't need to be critiqued all the time. Like I mean, that's his opinion. He got Adonis Stevenson. He got Adonis pound for pound, the best in boxing. But we all disagree. But that's his opinion.
I'm asking. No, I would. If you're saying Vasquez Marquez, okay. If you want to say that one, I'm looking for other fights that you may. And I'm not talking about the way the fight goes down. I'm talking about when the fight being made, the right fights for boxing.
That was the right fight. That was one of the people wanted to see that fight.
If you're talking about competitiveness and relevant fighters, how is that even competitive with Pacquiao and Marquez?
With what?
That matchup you just said.
Rafael Marquez and Israel Vasquez.
Marquez. How is fucking Stevenson?
Pacquiao Marquez was at 147, facing nobody but the lower level of 147. They were refusing to fight the real welterweights. He was ducking.
Wait, hold on.
Let me get you to understand this. Marquez got dominated at welterweight by Floyd Mayweather. Okay, so you don't see this happening with either one. You knew Marquez wasn't the best welterweight in the world.
Knocked out by nobody. But Badou Jack got knocked out by nobody. And so did
Pacquiao got knocked out by nobody. Pacquiao got knocked out by nobody. Pacquiao got knocked out by nobody. Pacquiao got knocked out 3 times. So what?
And
Badou Jack, I'm talking about who they are at this point. Look, Marquez and Pacquiao.
Okay, who's Pacquiao? Well, let me ask you, who's Pacquiao at that point?
So hold on. So Badou Jack going into this fight with Stevenson has achieved much and is an irrelevant to
I didn't say achievement only.
Marquez, tell me how Badou Jack, Stevenson accomplishments going into their respect.
It's not only about accomplishment. It's about where they are right now. I can tell you, Badou Jack. Hold on. Badou Jack and Donna Stevenson can beat anybody at 175. This guy Marquez could not beat anybody at 147, and it showed. No, okay, that's fine. That's fine. He has longevity, but where he was at that point, he was not beating anybody at 47. This fight is the most organic fight that I have seen made this damn decade that I can think of right off the top of my head. That's why I have been pushing for it, because they did it the right way. Marquez fought. Hold on. I'm gonna give you some of the opponents Marquez fought leading up to which fight with Pacquiao. The third one.
Wait, hold up. Badou Jack only had one fight at 175. What are you talking about?
So what? He moved up in weight the right way. Okay, before he knocked out Pacquiao. Okay, before the third fight with Pacquiao, he was fighting.
Wait, hold up. What's the right way? Explain. Elaborate. What's the right way? What are you talking about?
You dominate your division. You go and you take a fight at
Badou Jack did not dominate his division. What are you talking about?
Hold on. He's beaten, like I said, he beat the shit out of 3 champions already. Say what you want. If you don't
dominate nobody.
Okay. Okay, where's James DeGale? How would you feel if they said James DeGale versus Stevenson? No. Answer this question. I'm gonna shut you up with this one. How would you feel if they said James DeGale versus Adonis?
You ain't gonna shut me up, but go ahead.
How would you feel? No, if they said 6 months after Badou Jack just knocked all this man teeth out, they said Adonis Stevenson is about to fight James DeGale. Would you be happy about that, Dan?
So Adonis Stevenson fight Jason DeGale? Yeah, of course I'd be happy about it. Why not? That's still a good fight.
Well, I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't be, because I know he got his ass whooped, and I know Badou Jack deserves that shot. But let me make Lara Ramos is who Juan Manuel Marquez. He was fighting Fedorchenko. He was fighting Fedorchenko so he could survive. He couldn't beat everybody else. Pacquiao was just bad enough to struggle with a fake welterweight because they was both fake welterweights. This is the facts. Badou Jack has fought
fake welterweight. Wait. What do you mean? What do you mean fake welterweights? What are you talking about, fake welterweights?
Fake little welterweight. Tim Bradley, who ain't really fought no real welterweights either, and I proved it, ain't fought no real welterweights, and he left when the division got young and hungry. Because
what about Clottey? What about Clottey?
Pacquiao fought Clottey. That's his best welterweight.
What about Clottey though? What was wrong with Clottey?
I said Pacquiao best welterweight was Clottey. I have always said it. But at the end of the day, he's not the best of the best. Just saying.
You're not the best of the best. So, what does that have to do with Stevenson-Jack being fight of the decade compared to Pacquiao and Marquez?
What I'm telling you is, you find me the fighter that fought 6 champions in a row like Badou Jack. You find me that guy.
You're talking about resume. Resume has nothing to do with being a fighter of the decade.
Badou Jack is not only a resume, he's a talent, and you see it. You've seen it. He's one of the best fighters in the world. Okay. And what you got with Adonis Stevenson is the same thing, and that's why it's the best fight in this damn decade, man.
Really? What pound for pound ranking is Badou Jack on?
Oh, okay. All right. What pound for pound ranking is Lomachenko number 1 in?
No, I'm not asking about Lomachenko. I'm asking you.
You can't ask. You can tell me. Hold on. No. You're not going to credit pound for pound.
I'm asking you a question. Don't duck the question. What pound for pound?
No, I'm not. But you're not going to use these little majority ass questions that you don't even agree with. That's my point.
No, I'm going to do it. No, I'm going to do that. I'm asking you a question. Answer the question. What pound for pound system is he on?
That's what mine and should be in yours, but you're too scared to admit what's going on. Let me ask you. Isn't Lomachenko pound for pound number 1 in a lot of rankings? Isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Yes, he
Do you
is.
agree with that? Hold on. Do you agree with that?
No, I do not.
Well, then don't ask me to don't.
Well, I tell you what,
unless you agree with that damn rating from head to toe, don't come asking me my list.
Hey, T, do you think it's a better fight than Zab Judah versus Floyd Mayweather in 2006? I know it's barely 10 years, over a little bit over 10 years ago.
Just lost a fight. Zab Judah just lost a fight before that, and that's not the same decade. The decade is 2010.
You're right. That's why I just say I'm saying it's a little bit out of the decade. But do you think it's bigger than that fight? Even though it's 2 years out of the decade.
Yes. Zab Judah just lost a fight prior to that. Yes. Like, these guys are not losing.
Okay. You said about the Baltimore, right?
Lost his lineal championship the fight before, right?
Yeah, I think he lost it a little bit before the fight before that.
Yeah, it was a fight
because it's Kafuzu, obviously, and then yeah.
All right, we almost got off topic here.
I just want to know, can somebody find me?
No, I'm gonna move off this topic, man, because we're drifting. Now I'm gonna ask you. I'm just going down the line. I'm gonna ask you, who do you think will win between Lara and Lara-Hurd?
Lara-Hurd gonna beat the shit out of Lara. Beat the shit out of her. He's going to all them. No. Let me get my breakdown. Any shot Lara think he can throw and run around, and he think he can throw 10 punches around with Lara-Hurd, it's a new day. All right, it's a new day. You're a little bit older. You're a little bit slower. You think you're gonna sit in the pot? Lara-Hurd ain't gonna feel none of that shit. And I agree with whoever said it. He got to break his eye for Lara-Hurd not to knock his ass out, and he ain't gonna do it. Tony Harrison hit harder than Erislandy Lara. I can tell you that right now. I think he hits harder than him. He punches better than him. He punches more often. He has more punch selection. Trout has more punch selection. He's a harder opponent for Lara-Hurd. He's going to knock Lara the fuck out. And he's going to make
saying Austin Trout punches harder than Lara does?
He's going to make a pound for pound list when he do it. And if he don't, that's some biased bullshit.
He gotta do all them predictions, gotta have him though.
Damn right.
Like calling the fight of the decade and the fight ain't even happened yet. That's crazy.
No, I'm not talking about the entertainment. I'm not talking about the entertainment value. I'm talking about, I get that. When it gets there, I'm just talking about how organic, how the matchup is one of the best matchups of the decade, and it means something. It just means something. Badou Jack showing you what fighters are supposed to do, man. 6 world champions in a row. Tell me the fighter that's doing that. He ain't out there. His name's Badou Jack.
You fought 6 champions in a row?
All right. What's that, Beats?
You fought 6 champions in a row? Who you say fought 6 champions in a row?
Badou Jack, he fought Darrell, he fought Groves, he fought Butte, he fought DeGale, he fought Cleverly, and now he's fighting Adonis Stevenson. That's 6 in a row, man. Nobody
Butte is definitely Butte in that division.
Butte wasn't a champion.
I said carrying a formal.
So that's ex-champions, some of them. It's ex-champions.
I said carrying a former. That's the first thing I said.
Right.
I mean,
is that really that important, though? Is that really that important when people say that? Because, I mean, Floyd fought with like 20-something. Is it really that important if they're past champions?
That's what people should strive to get to. That's what they should strive to do.
Past champions. It can be bumps. It can be. I mean, I'm not saying we fought them at their bum level, but they could be bumps.
Beat you any given night.
Butte was definitely a bum.
Butte had just gave DeGale hell. Butte had almost beat a later Alvarez. He was beating a later Alvarez until the knockout.
And DeGale just got knocked out recently, so we can see the decline was already happening. But
no. Butte was winning that fight when he got knocked out. And
I'm saying DeGale. I'm saying if we look at DeGale's career right now, it was on a decline. He got knocked. He got beat by Caleb Truax. Okay, I mean the decline was already started.
That's what you want to believe. That's what people want to believe to down credit what Badou Jack is done. Nobody was saying that this man was not going to beat Badou Jack going into the fight, but now it's convenient to say, look at what
I had Badou Jack. That fight.
Why did Caleb Truax do this? Because Badou Jack set the tone, open the door. This man hit Porky Medina with 8 or 9 punch combinations. Yes, it was a good close fight, but he just is who he is. He's a 7-2-5 fighter. He beats anybody 7-2-5. But Badou Jack told him, "Nah, motherfucker, I'm gonna beat you like 10-3. How about that?"
Man, he got a draw. They got a draw.
Yeah, they robbed him. Fine.
Badou Jack won that fight.
Let's pick Ndongo up off the canvas and say, Crawford, draw. I ain't worried about this shit in life. No, I know what happened.
Yeah, but you don't decide. You don't take the fights. They did.
They did. It happens. It's a fight. It's come back.
Exactly. Both of them got knocked down. It wasn't no knockout.
Hey, that's fine. That's fine. But they came back. Look at them now. 2 lineal champions. Just two men. Look, when they're ready to go in the Hall of Fame.
Lineal champion.
Look, rob him of his accolades all you want. Support these.
No, I'm just going by what I'm going by. Not your standards, boxing standards. He's not who he beat for the lineal championship.
Rob him of his accolades all you want. Rob him.
That beat for the lineal championship.
He
beat the hell out the number 1 and number 2.
Oh, answer the question. Who did he beat for the lineal championship?
He ain't win the fight. He ain't win the fight.
Hey, sure didn't.
He ain't win the fight, so he ain't no lineal champion.
Wait a minute.
James DeGale was in the dressing room
crying. Has Bottle Jack won? What lineal title has Bottle Jack won? What lineal championship has Bottle Jack won? No. What lineal championship Bottle Jack won? What is he? What lineal championship has he?
I get the point. It's just I get the point. He just misspoke for a little bit, but I get the point. I get his point.
No. You're not gonna make me look at boxing and hate robberies and then clap my hands for him. You're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do it.
But hold on. So basically, your criteria is if Adonis Stevens belt, right? If had a controversial fight. And some people and the consensus with that
controversial. What was controversial about James getting his ass?
No, hold on.
That's your opinion.
The consensus said he lost.
If Adonis Stevenson is in the dressing room crying, telling his promoter, if Adonis Stevenson's promoter,
you can't be selective and say, "Well, I thought Jack won," because if Stevenson's belt had gone through controversial decisions and Dawson still had it, then what does that mean? What does that mean? You've got to go by what if you're going to go by lineal and champions and belts, you've got to go by what the judges say.
I get it. The paper will not say this. That's fine. But I know what I saw. And what I saw is this: if Badu Jack, hold on, if Badu Jack do the same thing, if he beats Stevenson the same way, in the exact same way, I ain't making nothing up. Your man got whooped. Your Englishman got whooped.
He's definitely making it up, though.
Yeah, you're making it up.
I'm not making nothing up. He got his ass beat. His career is dead.
Let me speak. Hold on. Let me speak.
I'm in hostile territory. James DeGale career is dead.
Let me speak. Go ahead, Beats. Go ahead.
His career is dead.
Beats, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Right. Basically, right, when Dawson got knocked out by Ward, that light heavyweight belt should have really went vacant. That's happened in the past.
That ain't how lineage work. Ain't how lineage work. Ward didn't whoop him at 75. That ain't how it works. He's a lineal champ. Rigging down.
The belt could go vacant. That's what happened to Riggin, didn't it? Didn't happen to Riggin.
Riggin still the lineal champion. He ain't the WBA champion, but he's still the lineal champion.
Wait. The lineal championship is based on who won the belts here.
No.
We're dealing with alphabet situation. So how are you making the separation?
No, Tyson Fury could have dropped all his belts and still been a lineal champion. That's just that. It just is what it is. I mean, I know the paper isn't going to call Badu Jack what he truly is, but
he's not. That's the whole point. He's not.
Okay, hold on. That's fine. You wouldn't believe that? Fine. But if James DeGale leaves in his tells Eddie Hearn to leave his dressing room, and Eddie Hearn comes out and says James is real down on himself because he's crying because he doesn't think he won the fight, I don't need to hear no more. I mean,
you're making that up. I never heard of that.
No, I'm not making that up. That's quotes. That's quotes. And that's the problem. You always think I got a lot of look, the man.
So James DeGale,
the only reason you don't
he didn't believe he would win the fight. So James DeGale said no. So James, hold on. Slow down. So James DeGale said that he didn't believe he won the fight in the locker room. Is that what you're telling us?
So Eddie Hearn is on camera. Eddie Hearn is on camera.
He said that.
On camera.
He actually said that. Beats, did you hear him? No, I'm asking Beats. Did you hear? No, Beats.
No, I didn't hear that.
You didn't hear that?
It's discussed all over the boxing voice. The man is on camera. The man is on camera saying.
I'm gonna ask EJ. No, EJ. Unmute yourself real quickly. EJ.
I don't care who heard it. I'm telling you.
No. I'm asking because they have inside information. You gotta give me a source on that one because I never heard of that before.
Go to IFL. What do you think it was? Eddie Hearn on camera. Go to IFL. He got beat. He got whooped. He said,
well, I'm asking you, did James McGill say that? Did he say that he thought he lost the fight? Did he say that?
Those are Eddie Hearn's words. Go watch it. It's there.
You're not answering the question, dude. I'm asking a question, dude. Did he actually say that?
He said, not James McGill. These are Eddie Hearn's words saying my fighter is down on himself because basically he didn't think he lost. He didn't think he won the fight. He's crying in the
he actually said that. He actually said that.
Go look at it. It's IFL TV. You ain't got to ask me. Go look.
Sorry, I'm definitely gonna look at that because I've never heard of that before.
We discussed it. We discussed this on the. It ain't gonna make no difference to you because it ain't on the paper. It's not on the paper. It's not what the paper says. It ain't gonna make no difference to you.
All right, let's get off this. Let's get off this. The only reason we're not gonna hijack my hangout over that.
Real quick, the only reason you don't want to acknowledge.
We're gonna move on to something else. No, we're gonna move on. This is my hangout. We're gonna move. No, whatever. We'll get to war in a second, but we're gonna talk about something else. We're gonna get through all these fights, okay? That's the whole point of my hangout. We gotta get through all these fights. Now, I'm gonna ask you, Broner versus Figueroa. How do you feel about that fight playing out?
Broner's a coon. I do not support him. I do not talk about him. Next.
Coon. No, see, cool. This dude's hijacking my hangout with this bullshit.
I said next. I mean, respect that. I don't. He's a coon. He's a coon. He's a fucking boot. What they got? He out here bug dancing. I don't got time for Adrien. I don't rock that. Next, please.
Stop.
Next, please.
Beats
the hell out. He's a coon. That's what he is. He's a failure and he's a coon. End of the day.
No. Stop. Beats, go ahead, man. You wanted to respond?
Well, no. If he thinks they're cool, he's a cool.
Oh man, this is crazy. All right, let me talk about something else real quickly, guys. Let's go through this. So we all know that Danny Garcia versus Brandon Rios has been confirmed. We don't really want to talk about that because we already know the winner on that one. But okay, cool. Because here's what strikes me about this. Yeah, we should talk about this. This is what strikes me about this one. Announced as a WBC title eliminator. That's what's shocking to me. Now, I'm picking Danny Garcia definitely to win this fight because we all know Brandon Rios is shot. He's a human punching bag. But I want to ask you guys, you all can jump in, that's cool, but one at a time. What said, do you think the WBC should have sanctioned this fight as a title eliminator?
Rios is good value for money. He's not elite. He's tough. Better inside fighter than people give him credit for. Gets hit a little too much. Garcia, I don't think is a great welterweight. I think it's competitive for a few rounds, but I see Garcia pulling away. Decision, probably. Maybe a late stoppage, maybe.
Okay.
It should be. Yeah. It's a decent fight. It's a decent.
All right, cool. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it. I mean, yeah, on paper it looks decent, but we all know Brandon Rios is damaged goods. I just don't see him giving Danny Garcia any trouble at all, to be honest with you. And plus, he's a much smaller guy compared to Danny, so that's another thing you got to take into account. But let me go down the line on this one. EJ, if you could unmute yourself, what do you think about Garcia versus Rios? EJ? Oh, he probably was someone else. All right, Chris, what do you think?
This fight shouldn't be sanctioned as a title eliminator. What has Brandon Rios done at this division? He ain't beat nobody in that division.
That's a good point. That's why
he's definitely gonna get knocked out. I'm thinking he's gonna go about 7. He's gonna get beat up though.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't understand that either. But of course, the WBC, obviously the money. Whatever, if the money counts, if the money is right, if the money speaks for itself, they're going to sanction the fight. Whatever, whatever you think it sees fit as a promoter or a manager. But yeah, obviously, this is like a gift for Danny Garcia to get back into the title picture, to be honest with you, which some people don't deserve he should be in this situation. Yes, you got to take fights here and there to get back in the mix, but to name this fight as a title eliminator, I got a big problem with that, and I definitely got to call the WBC out on this one, to be honest with you. I really do. But let me ask, Lo, if you're going to mute yourself, what do you think about Rios versus Garcia?
Danny Garcia is a few fights away from being a fair-skinned version of Adrien Broner, so I'm basically don't care about him either. He knows his level. I don't care what the WBC does for him. It's going to do nothing but get him beat. So that's fine with me. I don't care. That like these guys, man, they have no interest no more. He's a PBC killer. He's a ruiner of the sport. Just simple as that. He could have made all the fights and he chose not to, and he still ain't out here doing it. So I really ain't got no respect for Danny Garcia. Don't care for him. Ain't gonna be the best. If he retired tomorrow, I wouldn't miss him.
Man, you ain't caring about nobody except for Stevenson-Jack and Hurd. I see where you're going with this. But it's all
so your argument is
it's not good. That's my argument.
Has had more relevant fights than Danny Garcia in his career, yeah?
No, my argument is this. Stevenson tried to get the same kind of fights and they wouldn't fight him, but they fight Danny Garcia because they know he's not any good and they leave it up to us to big up his name, and I'm done bigging up his name because he's not any good. Okay, he used to be okay, but I'm done with it. I'm not okay. If you want to be good, take the fights and prove it, because you could have made Errol Spence fight yesterday. You could have made Deshaun Porter fight yesterday. You ain't made none of them, so I'm not hyping up fuck these clown ass welterweights. They living off Floyd Mayweather nutsack, being mentioned and being pissed that he pissed on their head, and they just out here saying, I'm the big dog. Nope, ain't happening. Fight somebody, prove you the best, and he, even if he fights him, he's not gonna prove you the best. So I just think he should retire before he get hurt.
This dude's on a rampage today, man. But let me.
I'm done.
All right, let me. All right. Okay, let's move along real quick.
When Showtime start giving equal treatment, and putting everybody on the platform, you see who had the big fights and you see who got the bullshit fights. That's all I'm saying. Showtime he was able to get these fights by way of popularity and not being feared. But when they start making the playing field fair, you see the real fighters getting the real fight. Look, they was all together today. Look who he's fighting. Brandon fucking Rios. Come on, man.
You're saying basically he had a spark when he started. But
all right, well.
Go from the top 10. Shit. I mean, okay. So Danny's a rap.
Man. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I think you're just going, you're critical on these fighters, man. At the end of the day, they are fighters. They fight for prize money. Yes, they fight to entertain at your pleasure as well. So you can't be always too critical with them. But I would like for you to do is show that type of criticism for the fighters that you respect.
They can't.
But you can't sometimes.
Look what they doing.
But anyways, hold on.
Look what they doing. I can't criticize.
Okay, let's talk about the fighter that you do respect.
You tell me when Danny Garcia has 3 mandatories, duck him. Instead of ducking his mandatory for years, he duck post off for years. You tell me when Danny got 3 mandatories and don't want to fight him. Shit.
Okay, well, he is going to be in a mandatory position to fight Thurman, so more likely will win that fight against Rios, okay? So you can't crap on him for taking a rematch with Thurman.
He going to lose to sometime. He ain't even top 5 at welterweight. He ain't even top 5. He ain't got the hands like that.
Well, we're going to get to we're going to get to one time in a minute, all right? But I want to bring up his rival, Errol Spence Jr., okay? We all know that IBF just announced that Errol Spence will be fighting, making a mandatory defense against Carlos Ocampo. All right, I checked the guy out. He's 22-0. He's got 13 KOs. He's fought regionally for the most part of his career in Mexico. He's the notable names I do see on his resume is Jorge Paez Jr. and Charlie Navarro. Now, what's interesting though is that when I looked at the IBF rankings, there's really no bodies there except for one particular guy that I did see. Lamont Peterson, he already beat because he was already rated in the IBF. The one name I do see there is Devin Alexander. Now, Devin Alexander does have a fight coming up against Victor Ortiz. Now, if Devin Alexander wins that fight and Spence gets past his mandatory, more likely we could see Errol Spence versus Devin Alexander. How do you think that could play out? Errol Spence versus Devin Alexander. Anybody could jump in.
Devin Alexander versus Ortiz.
No, Spence versus Spence.
Oh, Spence versus that.
Well,
guy.
yeah,
I don't know that, guys.
Yeah. No, he said Spence versus Devin Alexander. If Devin Alexander beats Ortiz, because Devin Alexander is in the top 15 in IBF. It ain't nothing but a murder. It's a murder.
Devin has to get off them tranquilizers or whatever he was. He was addicted to painkilling medication or something. He needs to get off that. If he's hooked up to that and fight Spence, boy, fuck's sake, you know what I mean? I don't know where. You're not gonna look for him, man. Not gonna look for him.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. There's a thing too because I looked at the IBF rankings yesterday, I looked at the IBF rankings yesterday, and I saw that Devin Alexander is ranked number 7. So he does have a fight coming up, and he just coming off a win against who it was. I don't got what it was. It was coming off a comeback fight back in November of last year. So if he does get past Ortiz, and then Spence gets past Ocampo, which is his mandatory, then we could see that fight happen during the middle of the year between Spence versus Alexander. So,
I'm expecting Spence to clear the whole welterweight division. I'm expecting Spence to clear the whole of it. That's what I'm expecting. Terrence Crawford, clear the whole of I'm expecting.
Yeah, I expect that too, man. I mean, well, Terrence Crawford definitely would be the hurdle. That would be the roadblock because I think that would be the guy I think could beat Errol Spence Jr. If you ask me, that's my opinion. I think he could beat him. I slightly favor Terrence to win that fight. I mean, if it were to happen right now, and Spence was,
he'll give it a good try though. He'll give it a good try, but ultimately he's gonna come for sure.
Right. I mean, I'll be looking forward to that, man. We're definitely looking forward to that. But there's one fight I forgot to mention is Abner versus Leo Santa Cruz. The rematch has been confirmed. How do y'all see that one playing out?
Whack fight. What's the point? The first fight, like Cruz dominating the first fight. What's the point of rerunning that?
I mean, it was a good fight. Some people were asking for a rematch for a long time now. So now that we get to finally see it.
But Cruz clearly won the fight. Was it controversial or something?
Well, Mars was a champion. No. Was Mars a champion at the time, or it was a vacant title? I think they fought for the vacant title, and it was a close fight.
All I remember is Cruz winning easy. That's all I remember.
What's up?
All I remember is Cruz.
What's up? I didn't hear you.
I just remember Cruz winning the fight easy. I don't see the point of arena. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, he did win that fight. I mean, he did pull it out. There was no controversy. I mean, it was close in the beginning. Then Santa Cruz pulled it out towards the end. I get what you're saying.
Which fight?
The fight. Leo Santa Cruz versus Namaris.
No, the rematch is announced. That was wide. That was just a brawl. It was wide still though.
Yeah, I think that's probably why people want to see the rematch because it was a brawl.
Nah, it ain't even they want to see it. It's a mandatory. The mandatory.
Oh, you mean it's a mandatory position?
WBA, I think it's mandatory. A WBA mandatory fight. It don't nobody want to see that shit. Leo probably don't even want to fight, dude. Like he want to move on.
All right. Okay. Well, we'll see about that one. But I mean, I think that fight could be good, man. I think it could be good. Now, that we were talking about Keith Thurman. We all know what's going on. He was asked again by Charlemagne the God. He was asked by Charlemagne, hey Keith, we want to see you fight Errol Spence. What's up with that? He said that fight's coming. Relax. That's going to happen. Now, the thing about Keith is that he does have a fight coming up on May 19th. We don't know who it is. More likely it's Jesse Vargas. Now, if that fight does get confirmed, how do y'all see that one playing out? I think we talked about this before, but I want to ask y'all again.
He can get hurt. He wide open. So he can hurt somebody, but at the same time, he can get hurt. That's all you can say about Keith Thurman. He wild and erratic. He is wide open and he weak. Like he punch wise, resistance wise, he ain't super weak, Amir Khan weak, but he weak.
Yeah, he is weak.
He frail.
I can't pick Jesse for the upset, but I think Jesse fighting Pacquiao and Jesse is bringing his upbringing as I think he's going to give Thurman a lot. But I think it could be a possible upset. I'm just not really ranking Thurman like that.
Yeah, you know what?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Hey, Beats. I'm gonna be honest with you. The new Jesse Vargas, I think dude might be on steroids because he's been hurting people lately. He knocked out my man Ali. He knocked out
Ali.
Knocked out Tim Bradley. Almost knocked out Tim Bradley. I don't know where this new power coming from. He might hurt Keith Thurman.
That's true.
I think Saddam Ali can beat Thurman for real.
Well, Ali's fighting at 154, so that ain't gonna happen for a while.
Either way, Thurman been a 54. He been a 54.
I didn't know he's fighting. That's a tough fight. He might have been just better fighting Spence. I think these are tough fight. I think Jesse's a tough fight. I think it's tough.
But I don't get there when you need to wait. If you fighting Jesse Vargas Beats, he's like a champion, a former champion that was in some good ass fights. He can fight Spence, or he can fight Jesse Vargas.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad fight if you think about it. This is not exactly a tune-up. Now, mind you, Thurman only fought once last year. So this is probably potentially could be a dangerous fight for him coming back.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, that's not Ray Vargas like he just the shit now. Thurman just ain't that good. Like that just shows your belief.
This dude. Thurman ain't that good.
If it was Spence, you wouldn't have no questions. You'd be like, dog, he just ain't that good. He's okay.
He's not that good.
He ain't never beat nobody of note dominantly. He ain't never dominate nobody.
It doesn't matter. Look at who he fought. Porter.
It ain't all about who you fought.
No. It is. Who dominated Sean Porter?
Dominant than him. Hold on. I could tell Spence was more dominant than him before I ever seen him fight anybody of note. Like
who dominated Sean Porter? Who's ever dominated Sean Porter?
All right, it's fine, but he had holes in that fight too. He had holes, so you just don't trust him. That's his fault. It ain't Jesse Vargas. Jesse Vargas ain't top notch. Thurman
I had Porter beating Thurman too in that fight though. Now I had Thurman winning.
Yeah, well, that's fine. What I'm saying is
I had Porter winning by like a couple of rounds.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's fine. That's fine. What I'm saying is before the fight, who's ever dominated Porter? That's what I'm saying. Who's ever done it?
He never dominated Porter.
Exactly.
Nobody dominated Porter.
Exactly. So why are you knocking off Thurman then?
Next to you, something not filling out.
Yeah. I mean, look at his level of competition. Who has a better resume at welterweight than Keith Thurman right now? Tell me who.
I can't say that. Well, he been hurt. He got hurt, Dan. He got hurt against Luis Collazo. He got hurt against Robert Guerrero. He got hurt against Sean Porter. He's been getting hurt lately. He got hurt
against the Argentina.
That's fine.
Several times. He got holes.
That's fine.
Well, sometimes he ain't gonna get back up one of these times. That's all I'm saying.
Man, hey, Keith Thurman ain't doing shit.
That's fine. What I'm asking is who has a better resume than Keith Thurman at welterweight right now?
Nobody. Not right now. I don't got nobody.
You act like it's a great one. Though.
I never said
if you're gonna say who has the best resume, I'm gonna have to say Pacquiao because he's currently still fighting.
That's true. That's true.
How do you read your resume though? Like,
how do I bring up the resume?
No, I just want to ask a question. If somebody is supposed to be the dominant guy, but he's not dominating none of his signature fights, how does that be a plus in his resume?
Well, here's the thing. Look, here's our way I look at it. I understand dominating is definitely a key component when you rate a fighter. I understand that. But at the same time, you have to look at the fighter's opposition and look at their previous fights. The fights that he's fought, you got Garcia, you got Porter, you got who else you got up there? Let me take a look here. You got Guerrero. I mean, well, obviously Guerrero was dominated before that, but besides those guys have never been dominated by anybody.
Against Guerrero, his face was all knotted up.
What? Sorry?
On the back foot. His face was all knotted up on the back foot against Guerrero.
And what about the other guy beats from that Spence knocked out? Leonard Bundu had him looking like he got his face stuck in a beehive.
Well, Bundu never got knocked out before that fight, so let's be real. He was undefeated. But anyways, I'm not saying Bundu was a good fighter. I'm not saying that.
Tell me what step-up fight Spence hasn't dominated. Tell me one.
I'm sorry?
Any step-up fight that Spence has had. Tell me one he hasn't dominated.
Well, I mean, he had a little tough time against Kell Brook early on, but he was able to beat him down the stretch. So that was a struggle of a fight. That was a struggle.
Conclusive. No. The finish was conclusive, yeah?
Yeah, I know that.
No doubt he was a better man. Right.
Right, but he struggled early on that fight. That's what I'm telling you.
Nah, he ain't struggled like Thurman struggled.
Yeah, y'all can't do that. Y'all can't do that. Y'all can't do that, man. Y'all trying to be very selective here, man.
Because your boy would get he was getting beat up.
No one could say it was a draw. No one could say it was country. He was not.
Well, let me ask y'all a question. Let me ask y'all a question. If y'all saying Thurman is not as dominant, are you okay? In other words, if he doesn't dominate, that means he's not good, right? Is that what you guys are saying? Is that what you're concluding?
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah.
Oh man, y'all.
No. What you asked?
So if you're saying that Keith Thurman has not dominated anybody, no. It's okay. So let me get this straight. So
you said you said if Thurman isn't that dominant, that means he's not that good. And I said, yes, you're right.
Yeah, Dan, because look at this fight. Look at the Luis Collazo fight. You saw how he struggled and he got hurt. You saw what Khan did to Luis Collazo. Khan beat the hell out of Luis Collazo.
Dude, Thurman got hurt with one body shot. It's not like Collazo was touching him up throughout the fight.
Collazo was winning some rounds.
If you don't, but if you in your prime, you're not supposed to give if you.
Oh, y'all crazy. Let me ask y'all something. Sugar Ray Leonard did not dominate Hearns. He did not dominate Duran the first fight.
Hold on.
He did not dominate Hearns. He did not dominate Hearns. He did not dominate Hagler. So you're telling me that he's not good, right?
Stop. When you say the word dominate, it doesn't mean that you listen. Normally when you dominate, there's a struggle at first. At the end, did Hurd see the distance? No. He was stopped.
No, he didn't.
Right?
Yeah, he was getting beat up in them later rounds. He was getting beat the fuck up in them later rounds.
He was getting beat up. But I'm telling you, hold on.
Sean Porter
just because you stop your opponent doesn't mean you dominated a fight. So I don't understand where's their logic. No, it doesn't, man.
What are you talking about? In the end, it was a dominant performance. What are you talking about?
No, it's not dominant performance.
He tore his damn body up. He was running after that in the later rounds. He was trying to move and get away.
Y'all tripping.
Broke him completely.
Okay.
How do you stop?
Okay. Break him down and dominate.
Well, let me tell y'all this. Did y'all say that Keith Thurman is not good? Wait, hold up. So y'all say that Keith Thurman, since he did not dominating, since he's not good, what does that say for his opponents that could not knock him out? What does that say about Danny Garcia? What does that say about Sean?
I ain't never rated Danny Garcia welterweight though.
No, I'm asking you. No, I'm asking you. No, I'm asking you. What about Sean Porter? Okay, what about Sean Porter then?
I had Sean Porter beating him though. Okay,
but he didn't knock him out. He didn't knock him out. He didn't come close to knocking him out.
Yeah, but he didn't win. I didn't win it though.
Oh, okay, but he didn't win the fight. It was a close fight.
Yeah.
So what I'm asking, what I'm saying is based off your guys' logic. You're telling me that since Keith Thurman is not good, since he doesn't dominate, then his opposition is not good either.
My logic, by my eyesight, by my 20/20 eyesight, he's not.
No. Y'all say that Porter and Garcia is not good. Then if they couldn't knock him out, am I right?
Yeah,
okay.
He's not good. Laughing don't make it true though.
Y'all tripping, man. I love y'all, but y'all tripping, man.
People just said he's not dominant. Nobody said he wasn't good. You're taking it too far.
Now you just said he wasn't good. You just said he wasn't good because he didn't dominate.
No, he's not as good as they say. Let me tell you what he is. Mayweather pissed on his head, and he turned that yellow piss into a crown, and he's happy. He's not that good, but he's okay. I mean, the welterweight division is hype.
I don't know, man. I love y'all, but
there's no long reigning champion. There's no dominant champion.
Damn, you guys just talk over everything. They can't get a word in. All right.
Yeah, go ahead, Beats. Go ahead, man.
We was discussing, right, the criteria if you're a champion. We weren't talking about if the challengers had championship criteria. The challenges. We're talking about Keith the championship credentials. That's what we're talking about.
Okay, that's fine. But what I'm telling you, the thing is, Beats, that low place said that since Keith Thurman is not dominating his opponents, that means he's not good. That's what we're talking about.
I didn't say that. I did not say
that. Yes, you did.
I said he's just not that good. I said he has holes, and he's just not that good.
That's fine.
Like Chris told you, it's from you see him repeatedly getting hurt. You don't see other top fighters repeatedly hurt.
I'm telling you. Here's
what
I'm telling you. He's not as dominant as Felix Trinidad. I haven't seen him do what Don Curry did to Milton McCrory in the unification fight. I haven't seen him do what Hearns did, right, against Cuevas. Right. I haven't seen him do what Leonard did to Fink. I haven't seen him do what Duran done to Leonard. I'm not seeing that kind of dominating.
Can I add one more? Can I add one more? I ain't seen him do what Spence did to Lamont Peterson. And he had the chance with Danny Garcia. And he called Garcia a visitor to the welterweight division. And he ran from him in the later rounds. The man is not dominant. And he does have holes. That's why
I never said that Keith Thurman was a dominating fighter. I said he's a good fighter.
But even when he's gone points, it hasn't been dominant. Like when I say dominant, against Guerrero, he's knotted up and stuff like that. It was good, you mean, but Keith's okay. He's doing okay. He's doing okay.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, we can agree on that.
I'm not bowled over.
we can agree on that. Now, that my thing is this, man. That's the thing, though, because to say that he's not good, I think that's taking it a bit too far. Yes, he hasn't looked quite as impressive as he's been promoted to be that way. I agree with you guys on that. But to say he's not good, nah, I disagree.
Yeah, he need to go ahead and change that name too. Damn, one time he ain't done no one time in a long time.
That is true. He hasn't. That is true. But yeah, like I said, I'm with y'all on one thing though. He needs to stop messing around with Errol Spence. Like I tell y'all, man, I think he's waiting for him to slow down. He's waiting for him to slow down
before Errol Spence slow down because he don't want to get his ass whooped.
Y'all, man, y'all being too hard on Keith, man.
You say he waiting for him to slow down, but he's taking more punishment than Spence is taking the fight.
With the way that he's been going as a champion, the fact that he's shying away from that Spence fight, that just red flags him really badly. I'm not saying he has to take it, but it just doesn't. He just doesn't look like a warrior. He just doesn't look like a dominant champion. He doesn't.
I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you.
And these guys in their 20s too. Ain't no excuse.
It's the second time he's done it. It's the second time.
Yeah, I hear you. I agree with you guys on that, and that's why I don't give Keith the pass for that. I don't never give him a pass for that. And I've been on him too, brother. But you guys stop playing these Floyd Mayweather games, bro. You're not in Floyd Mayweather's position to be doing all these things. Okay. So, I mean, not too long ago, you were complaining about guys not fighting you, which was unjust. That is true. Now, when you're in a position, you got the fights. You're the champion now. All of a sudden, now you want to be selective who you want to fight all of a sudden. I don't agree with that.
A good start for him, if he could knock out Vargas, that'd be a really good start. Knock Vargas out, now he's on to something.
Yeah, you know what? Speaking of Vargas, though, I do got the date. It's actually been confirmed that May 29th. It's going to be at Barclays. So the fight between Jesse Vargas and Keith Thurman it's confirmed. So it's done deal.
If he gets beat by Jesse Vargas, they're a red flag.
You said that's a red flag?
Yeah.
Well, if he does struggle badly against Vargas, like I said, guys, Jesse Vargas is no slouch. Yeah, he may not have the.
Yeah, that's why I don't understand the fight, Dan, because he fight Jesse Vargas, and you can't. That's not a. If he should have fought Brandon Rios, somebody like that, or comeback fight.
Well, Danny Garcia got Brandon Rios, so
he could have fought somebody of a lower tier. You fight Jesse Vargas, that means you really pretty much trying to duck Spence. If you're gonna fight, go ahead and fight Jesse Vargas coming back out the gate.
I don't see it that way. I just see that he's taking a tough comeback fight. I'm just being honest. But I see what you're saying, though. If you're coming off an injury, maybe you should fight someone like maybe Devin Alexander, maybe. Maybe that would have worked. But the problem is Alexander's not ranked by the WBA or that WBC. So last time I checked.
Thurman ain't hot right. No. He needs to knock out, or he needs to convincingly beat Vargas on points or knocking out.
Yeah, I agree.
Not struggle.
No struggling or nothing like that.
Well, let me ask you this then. This is the ultimate question because I know this has been a debate for the last week or so. Who's the number one welterweight? Errol Spence Jr. or Keith Thurman or Jeff Horn?
I go Spence.
The number one.
Yeah.
Number one welterweight right now.
Yeah.
From what?
Yeah. Yeah. That was a tough one, man.
We're gonna be honest. We're gonna say it's Spence, but the rankings and everything gonna say Thurman because Thurman done more.
Yeah, he got more bodies on his plate, so that's another thing. EJ, are you still on mute, brother?
If Lamar keep beating up people like Brook and Peterson, he on his tails though.
Yeah, I mean, I hear what you're saying, man. The thing is still, if the Errol Spence could continue to dominate and he continue to get these other bodies.
What the buddies Thurman's got? Danny Garcia? Is that his best win?
Sean Porter?
Yeah,
isn't that a body?
Lamar really beat Danny Garcia though.
Exactly.
Nah, I don't know about that one. I mean,
Dan, I heard you on another hangout. Don't try to change it to prove your point. You can't do that.
No. I will be honest with you. Here's the thing. Lamont started off way too late. That was a problem, man. He started way too late.
Dan, I heard you say that Lamont won on another podcast, though.
Really? Did I say that? I don't remember.
Yes.
Okay.
Come on, man. You're just saying to hold some ground now. Come on, man.
Come on, man. Don't come at me like that, man. Well, it looks like some people in the comment section kind of agree with you guys that Spence is the #1 welterweight right now. They agree with you on that. Some people, Dwayne Jones says that Danny Garcia is very overrated. Since 93 Sports, what's going on, man? He says, what's the name of Chris's channel? He actually likes your input, Chris Coban. Mike is in the chat.
I
Mike.
got a Facebook group. I mostly be on Facebook. I don't make videos.
All right, yeah, Chris will just come in when he can. Mike of Pound for Pound, what's going on, Mike? He says Spence dominated the top 5 of top 6 welterweights in Brook last year, Peterson last week. So when has Thurman dominated stopped a similar welterweight? Yeah, we just talked about that, Mike. Good question. He has it. He has it. That's a good point. That's a good point, Mike. We just talked about it.
It's not just reading off bodies. This is a performance-related sport, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. Well,
because if you look at for Figueroa, I just realized, he's still unbeaten. But if you look beneath the hood, there's a few shaky ones there. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, against Beats against Umar's boy Rematches. You remember that fight?
I had to figure out.
That's cool. That's cool. But hey, Black Latin Caesar said something to this comment just surpassed me. He said, he said here, quote, y'all gassed off Spence's beating like you beating a career super lightweight. So y'all giving him too much props for beating a career super lightweight.
Keith Thurman ain't beat no career super welterweight either.
Super lightweight.
It's not a matter of putting. It's not a matter of putting Spence on a higher position than he is.
Well, you gave Thurman the same credit for beating Danny Garcia, though. He's a super lightweight.
That's true. This is somebody else.
Underperforming. That's it. Thurman's underperforming, and Spence is outshining him. There's no putting Spence. That's what it is. I mean, anyone who says we're trying to prop up one over, that's bullshit what you're saying there.
That's not me. That's not me. This is a guy in the comment section, man.
Breaking ice hockey. Breaking ice hockey. Right? Frame body shot. Swelling up people's eyes and stopping them. Like Leonard Bundy went right back on his head when he knocked him back. You thought he was dead. Right? Yeah. Chris Algieri took a brutal beating. That's what you call championship form right there. That's what you call championship form. Not struggling and scraping by. You guys can be impressed by that all you like. That's fair enough. But if I see a guy doing what Spence is doing, I'll go for Spence.
Well, hey, you know what? Zone 6 is in the chat. He's here in this conversation. He said here, quote, Thurman is the #1 welterweight, period.
That's his opinion. Well, you know how he is with Thurman, though, so.
Yeah, he also said that Peterson is trash. I don't know about that, Zone. I don't know about Peterson being trash. Yeah. He's a good fighter, man. You try to take away credit from Earl Spitz.
The truth is, Thurman and Spence's opposition are roughly same level. None of them are ATGs or anything. They're good, solid welterweights, right? Basically. And maybe Thurman has a few more of them, but he just hasn't dominated the ones he's fought.
Yeah.
Like, simple as that.
Yeah, that's true. But let me just say this. Hasn't been one fight that you could say, maybe a couple fights where you say, you know what, Keith Thurman could have lost it or he could have won it. So the only 2 fights you could think of is maybe Sean Porter and Danny Garcia. What are the fight?
No, he beat Danny Garcia.
Oh, yeah, he beat Danny. I'm sorry, never mind. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
Yeah, I had that 9-3.
Yeah, I agree with you. I scored that 9-3 too. Yeah, you're right. What about just Sean Porter? What else?
That's Sean Porter, I can say. That's Sean Porter. That's the only one.
Exactly.
He's won most of the fights. He's looked okay, but if you compare it to, then there's only one guy really shining. It's the Look. If you was to if you was to forget champion, forget belts, right? If you was to ask a boxing fan who really impresses you with their championship performances, it's Spence. It's Spence.
Yeah, I agree. He is more impressive than Keith. I will say that at this point. But let's just put it this way, man. Styles make fights. You know this better than I do. Sometimes certain styles work in a certain way. You know what I mean?
People makes me laugh about Zone 6. Zone came on video years back. Yeah, man, I want to see people crunch bones and break people up. And the guy supporting ain't doing that. And then his opposite champion is doing that. But yet you're saying, come on, Zone, man. You're all over the place, man.
Man, those guys fighter. You know he likes Keith, man. That's his favorite fighter, man. You don't know that. So
we all got our favorite fighter.
Yeah, we all do.
You Dan with Holyfield.
You damn right, and I'd be objective with Vander Holyfield. You know me, I'm impartial with him too. So, but
same thing with Michael Nunn.
Exactly, Michael Nunn. Yeah, we are.
He's a great fighter. Now he had. See Holyfield. He had a period, right, where he was getting critiqued when he fought Larry Holmes and George Foreman, old guys, and they went the distance.
Right.
But when you look at the record, Tyson twice, like Bo once, even though he lost that series, knocked over Buster Douglas, and you have to say that's a good champion. That's a good champion.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you forgot to mention Ray Mercer, Michael Moore.
Michael Moore. Yeah, he's got some good buddies on there. And then
even Kwawi at cruiserweight.
The cruiserweight domination.
Yep. Yeah, Kawi and Carlos De Leon. So those were damn good wins at cruiserweight. So
I tell you what, man, Holyfield's form at cruiserweight is frightening, man. Fucking frightening. He's like Spence. He's like Spence, man. He's fucking people up.
Oh yeah.
I can't believe how he beat Kwawi up the second time.
Henry, man, like for one of them belts, and he punched that snot out of his nose, man. He fucking missing.
You talking about Ricky Parquet? I think that's the one you're talking about. Yeah, he badly brutalized
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, that guy, Ricky Parquet. Yeah, y'all.
Beat the hell out of Michael Jackson. Holyfield beat the hell out of Michael Jackson.
There was some tricky Puerto Ricans he had to fight, like Ozzy Ocasio. He trapped down Ozzy. Ozzy was, because you see, Ozzy was hard to get out of there. He went to this Lewis. He fought Larry Holmes for the championship. Ozzy was tricky, but fucking Holyfield ring down on him and he stopped him, boy. And he beat Carlos De Leon. They're both really tricky.
Yeah, that is
Michael Jackson too. Y'all know Ricky Parker look like Michael Jackson.
Hey, you know what though, y'all talk about Ricky Parquet, man. Stop it, man. Stop it, dude. We are
Ricky Park, IBF champion. He knocked out. He had one of the quickest knockouts against Broderick Mason. It was about 6 seconds.
Yeah.
When he fought Holyfield, he used to have this tricky punch where he'd step back and then he'd throw this overhand right, looped it.
Yeah, it was called a thriller punch.
Yeah, he caught Holyfield with it, but Holyfield ate it, man. Holyfield ate it and battered Parky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Parky beat Leroy Murphy for the IBF belt. He beat Leroy Murphy, I think. Yeah, man. Flipping good division, man. Good division back there, cruiserweight. Huh?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm here, y'all. Sorry about that, but I was going to say though, real quickly though, I forgot to mention. Damn, what I was going to say though, it was on top of my head. I knew I was going to bring it up. Oh, you know what? I was going to bring this guy up, but I know that Lowe's not in the chat no more, so he was going to go in all day if I brought this up because Lady Alvarez is going to be fighting on the undercard of Broner Jack versus Donna Stevenson. So we don't know who he's going to fight though. So that's kind of makes things more strange. It's like, okay, he backed out of the first bid against Vosdick, but he's fighting on the undercard. What the hell's going on here, man? It's like
I hope he still end up fighting the winner of that fight though.
Yeah, he has to. I mean, the thing is, what makes me, it's like, okay, he backed out of the Vosdick first bid because he said, look, I've been through 3 different eliminators already when I put my mandatory status on the line. So why do I have to go through this again? So here he is getting the fight set up for the undercard of this fight with Jack and Stevenson. So this kind of make things very strange. So what that means is, would he be putting up his mandatory status on the line again? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. You know what I'm saying? What do y'all think about that?
I don't give a shit about that guy.
Oh shit! Hey, you know what, man? Yeah, let's talk about. Yeah, let's get off Lady Alvarez, man. Until he does something, then maybe we'll talk about him. You know what I'm saying? Well, let me see. I know Zone's kind of getting a little worked up about us talking about Thurman, man. Let me ask Zone if he wants to get in. Hey, Zone, if you hear me, do you want to get in on this, man? Answer yes or no.
Gonna be another tea conversation.
I know it will.
Thurman.
I know that's what they. Let me ask him. Let me ask him. Yeah, it's also okay, man. Let me ask him.
Cool.
Yeah, let me ask if he wants to get in on this.
I'd rather talk to Zone than to you, though.
I know. Yeah, Zone's a bit more rational. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, Mikey Garcia and Sergey Lipinets, it's been rescheduled. Oh yeah, speaking of Mikey Garcia, he called out Errol Spence. How do you see that fight played out if that fight ever got made? Because Mikey Garcia,
he trolling. He trolling. He ain't trying to fight no Errol Spence.
Oh, you think so? You think so?
Yeah, I think he saw the dude performance, and he knew they're gonna talk about. Oh, he called out Errol Spence.
Well, he did say he wanted to fight him at the end of the year.
Yeah. You don't want to fight Robert Easter at the end of
the year. Okay, sorry about that, man.
Dude also say he want to fight Keith Thurman, though. I don't believe none of that dude say. He ain't fighting none of them welterweights.
Yeah, that's true because he backed out of the Robert Easter fight. Then we thought he was going to fight Jorge Linares, backed out of that situation. So now he's got.
Mikey wouldn't even fight Amir Khan, man. He wouldn't even fight Amir Khan.
Well, Mikey doesn't really like the sport. I think he's on record saying that. He's only here to just to collect the check. He's trying to take the less risk as possible. And so he's at a point. It's like, you know what? I'm making millions of dollars. I'm with the right guy, Al Heyman. So I'm making $1 million to fight somewhat semi-obscure opposition other than Broner. I mean, Broner was like, over the hill, overhyped.
Why did you pull out of that?
Which one?
Why did you pull out of the rubber?
The Easter fight? Well, the thing about that is that Golden Boy wanted to work out another deal with him because, previously they offered him the Miguel Cotto fight. And he said no because he doesn't want to be promoted. He doesn't want to work on a multi-fight deal basis with promoters. He likes to do things on a fight-by-fight basis, as a free agent type of situation, right? So Golden Boy had asked him, they told him, look, we'll give you the Linares fight because, mind you, the WBC ordered that fight, right, between Linares and Garcia to take place. So they were, in the preliminary phases of the negotiations. Golden Boy told Mike, he's like, look, this is what we'll do. We'll give you we'll give you a 50-50 split. We will not give you a multi-fight deal. We'll give you those things as long as we get to promote the fight. That's all they wanted, and he still rejected it. So the reason why he rejected the Miguel Cotto fight is because of the fact that they wanted to get him on a multi-fight deal. He didn't want that. This time they were just telling him, okay, we'll give you the Linares fight 50-50 split, but as long as you agree that we get to promote your fight on a fight-by-fight basis on certain dates, and he still didn't want that. So that's why he backed out. And now he's gotten the Sergey Lipinets shot, which is like, okay, whatever, Mikey. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, look, man, he said that he wants a Spence fight at the end of the year. That's what he said. I'm not sure.
What's up? Smart because he's not getting tied down to contracts after his situation with Omar. So, don't blame him.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, Mikey, he's talking a lot. Well, Crawford's called out a lot of people, so we all know that Crawford is called out everybody. So he wants Errol Spence, and Errol Spence, I think, wants him too. So I definitely want to see that fight. We already talked about that earlier.
I think Crawford could test him.
Yeah, I think he can, man. Who do you see winning that fight, though? You think Crawford's going to win it or Spence?
No, I think Spence. Crawford test him.
All right. Well, I guess that's it, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I thank you guys for coming in, man. Boxing Beats and Rhymes, Chris Coban, EJ, Hakeem was here for a minute, and I appreciate you guys for coming in, man. I really do. So I want to thank my commenters in the comment section: Dwayne Jones, Black Latin Caesar, Ali to go. D-Style as always, man. Zone 6 is in the chat. Rock 89. And all you guys, 1224529, which is a female boxing fan, Mike from the Battlefield Boxing Report. Until next time, y'all, we are out. Peace.